Good morning, gardening friends. So it's bright and early here in my English cottage garden in the UK. I live in the southeast and today is going to be one of the hottest days of the year. We're in for 90 degrees plus, I believe, so I'm going to try and stay cool and hydrated. But this is one of my favourite spots to sit and have my morning tea. And over my neighbour's fence, I'll just see if I can show you the downs. No, not too clear today, but let's take a look at how the garden has fared. You have to excuse me, I've got a terrible cold. I think I picked it up from the plane. But the salvias, they're sort of coming towards the end now. We've just got a little bit of that beautiful purple on the end of the plant there. Look how glorious that's been. And the crocosmia, well, that's really rocking and rolling now, and it's fully out. So I'm pleased I'm back to see that, because I do spend a couple of months just waiting for it to arrive, because it just does look amazing. And I will have to find out what these yellow ones are called, but they're still going. Some of them are sort of fading a bit now, but they're still putting out a little bit of flower there. And this is my wisteria up and over. It's growing very thick. I think I've had it about 5 years. And new addition to my garden, I've put some rice lights all around the arch, and at night it really does look spectacular. So I'll have to make a video of my garden at night to show you that. And of course the grasses. And you know, if you get a breeze and they're swaying in the breeze, it's just phenomenal really. And so we're a bit early I suppose, because the sunlight does shine on them and they seem to sort of glow, which is quite incredible. But they are spreading their seeds at the moment, so every time I walk through I do get seeds all over my dress, but never mind. Oh, they're billowing in the wind now, which I love to watch them do. It's so relaxing. And of course I can't resist my wind chimes as I come through. It's such a pleasant sound. And I also like my bells here with the dragonfly on the top, which I bought from an RHS garden centre. And let's come round and take a look at the rest of the view. Now this has really surprised me. I don't know what this one's called, but how about that? So we've lost the flowers, but we've gained all these sort of buds or berries. No, they can't be buds, they must be just berries or hips, I'm not sure, but the flowers have gone. But what a lovely, delightful plant that is now. And the Italian cypress trees, we're trying to keep those in order, but they are getting very tall. So my husband has to get up on a ladder to cut those down and trim them and keep them nice and neat, because they do look wonderful when they're neat. And you can see all the vapour trails in the sky today. And my favourite hydrangea of all is slightly going off a bit, I suppose. Some of the petals are sort of aging here, but it has been absolutely glorious. And it's so huge, bigger than my hand, which I cannot believe. So the only thing about hydrangeas is you really have to wait until really mid-spring before you can cut them back. And so you are left with lots of dead heads really throughout, well, for months really, months and months and months, which is quite hard when you have a lot of hydrangeas to keep waiting to cut them back. But they do rejuvenate, and I've only had that one about 3 years, I think, so and it's in a pot. And all of the hydrangeas here in my garden are in a pot. And look at that in the sunlight. How tremendous is that? So my crocosmia was given to me by a cousin, and you can see that my garden really likes crocosmia, so I have planted it all around the border of my garden, and I'm pleased that I did, because I don't have to weed. So all I do really is weed a little bit and water. But this one is fading a little bit. I think we've still got a few sort of pink ones there dotted around in the centre, and more crocosmia in the border here. Sorry if you're getting my shadow, I'm trying not to, but we've got the sun behind us, and another Italian cypress there. So I will have to come out and do a little bit of pruning and deadheading. So the geraniums need deadheading. That's fine, that's a simple job. And we've got some new rose quite magnificently on this beautiful rose. It comes out to be a really beautiful pink, pastel pink, that one. My husband is delighted because he has many more tomatoes. Look at those. Quite a few bunches there. Yeah, and we love to eat tomatoes, so we're going to have a little bit of a go of runner beans he wants to do next year. So we're breaking out of the flowers, and we're going to be doing a few veg as well. So these need attention. I don't know quite what I'm going to do with these, but we'll have a go at tidying those up. And coming round, I didn't show you the jasmine from next door, but it's putting out, do they call them whipperals or tendrils, something like that? So I might trim some of those back because it does get a bit out of control. But this plant in the back, I'm not sure if I can get there. I just have to navigate everywhere. Oh, the bird bath, that needs moving. I'll just move the chair out of the way. Okay, let's see if we can get in there, because that is a change. So I'll have to take those dead flowers off. But we are getting these. So pretty. And I don't even remember planting that one. So that's a happy accident, I suppose. And the hostas are doing really well now. I did have a problem with my hostas. The slugs here really love them, but I did put a treatment on them, cut them right back, and they seem to be flourishing now. And the jasmine is coming towards the end of its life. You can see where the flowers have died there, but we've still got the last little flush. And this is my hanging basket that's been lovingly watered, so it's still going. But as you can tell, I've got lots of work to do to take off all the dead pieces to give it another extra flush, which it will do. But this has been amazing. I bought this from a local garden centre, and I'll just step back so you can see the true beauty of it. I have had it hanging up outside my front door, but I did move it so my friend could water it easily with the rest of the garden. But it was only £19. Whoops, just tripping over the paving stones. But that is truly magnificent, and it'll look even better when I've given it a bit of a spruce up. And this plant, I think it's a rose, but because it looks like it. If anybody knows what it is, can you let me know? Because it is growing in a strange sort of way, and I wanted to know if we're going to get any flowers from it. If we are, oh look, there's a fly there. See if I can zoom in. Basking in the sun. Yeah, I wanted to know whether to keep it or not, because it is getting quite unwieldy. And I put some crocosmia in a pot just in case a friend wanted those, and pass them on. I like to pass on perennials to people, like just as people have passed on perennials to me. But my favourite plant at the moment is this one, Verbena borealis. Isn't that pretty? And I like the way I've planted it, if I say so myself, to put it behind the bench, because you can see the tops just so nicely. I might actually put some more there. And my David Austin roses are really doing so well, and they've got a second flush, but I might have to have a little bit of a trim up. But we're going to have lots of orange flowers there, well, probably in a month's time. But I'll be making more of these gardening videos just to give you an update and to show you what's new. But there is a little bit of new growth on this side, so that's promising. The lilies haven't fared very well. Yep. Never mind, we can cut those back down and they will rejuvenate and we'll have them again next year, so not to worry. That's the wonderful thing about gardening, isn't it? It's so forgiving that you can cut it back and next year you can have another go. But my heuchera is doing well. Isn't that pretty? And I don't know what that plant is in the back, but I quite like it. I might trim it a bit so it looks a bit more sort of, I don't know, I might grow it up that post actually. That might be quite nice. And I ended up with a few verbenas spare, so it's a bit of a distress really. I just found any pots that I could and just pop them in those, but I will move them because this pot is my most favourite pot. I'll just show you, it's a heritage garden pot. And I do love that blue. Actually, I've gone for blue and terracotta in the garden, which sort of marries in with my reclining chairs and my mat. Well, actually, that's probably my second favourite pot. This blue pot here is my favourite. I love the way it sort of sits in the gravel. And those geraniums are doing very well. And this darling little pot, my granddaughters gave me this pot with the little bulbs, and I planted those. That was about a month and a half ago, and they're doing well. And this is looking a bit better actually. This little succulent little bowl of plants. I've got a little hedgehog there on the side. I'm thinking of making it a little fairy garden for the girls. I think they'd enjoy that. Oh, I've got some weeds there, so I've got to pull those later. And the lavender was looking very sad in the garden centre, so I thought, oh, I'll take that home, pot it up, because I love the smell of lavender and I've never grown it before, but that's doing incredibly well, so we'll see how that goes in time. And look how beautiful this, I think it's coreopsis. That's amazing, isn't it? There's lots of deadheading got to be going on there. Oh, I don't know whether you see, but no, you probably can't see on camera, but there's, oh, hang on, no, I probably can catch it. There's a huge spider. Where's it gone? Just focusing. Sorry, I'm just trying, there it is. Can we focus in on that? Or is it going to focus in on the plants? There it is. Catching the flies and doing its job. I love all nature here. In actual fact, we get a lot of bees, wasps, butterflies. We're getting so many butterflies. White, orange, which is such a revelation, because I was sitting in my chair watching all the wildlife going on in this lobelia. It was just a hive of activity, and I'll capture it at some point and make a video of it, but sadly this hydrangea is going off a bit, but still looking really good. Sort of going into its antiques phase. And unfortunately, perhaps you guys might know, but this plant has been taken over really by the lobelia. Perhaps I planted too much lobelia, but the yellow plant was planted all the way along, and we've got a touch of it yet there, and also a touch of it here, but the lobelia has really taken over. So I'm not sure what to do next year. I have to plant a different plant with it. Perhaps geraniums would be nice. Oh, you can hear a crow going by. So this is another hosta that I have. In actual fact, I have 6 hostas, and I only started with one, but I've been dividing over the last 2 or 3 years, and I love a hosta, but so do the slugs, unfortunately, in my area. So I do have to sort of keep those at bay. And the salvia is fading there in the back, but I do believe that the mimosa tree has grown. That is going to be so spectacular in February. Can't wait for its little bright yellow pom-pom flowers to be all over it. Originally I thought that I would just sort of grow it to the roof of the gazebo, but I'm now thinking, why not let it grow, and it's going to be spectacular. So I'm really looking forward to February. It seems a long way off now, but looking forward to February to see how it fares. So we've still got a lot of colour in this hydrangea. More crocosmia here. This one is a red hydrangea, so absolutely stunning. I did worry about this at the beginning of the season because it didn't look very well, but it's still not at its peak, but it's better than it was. So there seems to be a little bit of a rhythm. I don't know whether you've noticed my garden, so I've tried to plant it where I've got, if I can show you, conifer trees 1, 2, 3 by the middle of the centre of the post there, and then hydrangeas in between, and then hydrangeas dotted at the post there at the bottom of the garden. I am missing one hydrangea in the middle there, but I was thinking about replacing it with blue hydrangeas. That would mix things up a bit, but we'll come along to the blue in a minute. So I'll just try and slowly pan round for you. Don't want to go too fast so that you can take it in. But this is my husband's little strawberry patch, which I think he's actually letting grow a little bit wild. I'd say we have had a few strawberries, with a few strawberries to come. That looks like a nice little crop there. The crows and the birds did sort of have a go at them, so he's put some netting down, but it's actually growing all in the path as well. But also we've got a wisteria which is growing great guns up and over the arch, which this one's only, I think it's only about 1.5 years old, so yeah, it's doing really well, and my husband's training it along left and right really. You can see it going all the way along the fence, which will be nice to cover that up, because the view from the conservatory facing this way is not great, so it'd be wonderful to have it covered with wisteria, especially when it's out in bloom, which will be May time, so I've got quite a while to wait. So Huey, Louie and Dewey are doing fine, my ducks. They were a fun purchase. And my favourite hydrangeas, well, my very favourite is this one here. It's gone through every single shade a hydrangea can be, really, and we're at the pink phase at the moment. But it does look like we've got tinges of sort of a lavender, maybe going into purple, which is amazing. And these, before I went away, were just about to come out, these blue hydrangeas, which I'm so thrilled about, because I bought them from a local discount supermarket for £8, £8.99, and look how stunning they are. And just in a pot, as I say, they're all in pots, but they do love a lot of water, these hydrangeas. So that's what we keep doing. We keep watering them and keep enjoying them. And I've got a collection of crocosmia and the last of the salvias and the yellow plant. And that's the view of my cottage garden. So take care, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos. Please like, share and subscribe, and I will see you next time. So I'm off to enjoy a cup of tea and sit in my favourite morning chair with this glorious view. Take care, bye for now, lots of love, Tracy.